Alright, hey fellow YouTubers, this is ComicGamer Kel, and today I'm doing a gameplay review on Sniper Elite V2. I have ComicGamer Dave here with us, and he's going to be telling you his standpoint on the game. So, introduce yourself, ComicGamer Dave.
Well, I'm Comic Gamer Dave. Played the crap out of the original Sniper Elite on the PC. Loved that. Loved the whole idea of crawling around Berlin, shooting a bunch of Nazis and a bunch of Ruskies. That was actually quite a bit of fun, and I'm hoping that Sniper Elite V2 is going to be a lot more of the same, but with maybe some better graphics and maybe some more refined gameplay. We'll see.
So you can see they have actually implemented the kind of better targeting system. I don't remember. Did they have a targeting system in the first one? Well, as one is more like a better targeting system than they have now.
Well, it looks a lot the same from the first one. I mean, you look down your scope, you have your binoculars, you can. You couldn't really tag your targets in that one. I think there was a lot more. It was a little bit different in that regard. You just kind of had to remember where all your targets were, and you had to shoot them. In fact, the original game, it kind of hinted at the fact that you didn't have to shoot everybody. You know, as a sniper, you're trying to get in and get a mission done. You didn't really have to kill everybody, and that was kind of fun. Although there were missions where you did have to take out some collateral damage. You did have to take out a couple of guards or whatever. It wasn't possible to sneak past everybody, but it was kind of fun to try to finish the missions with a limited amount of bloodshed. But that said, there was something fun and visceral about just running through the levels and shooting everybody in the head too. It was kind of fun.
So you were saying earlier that when I was playing this, you said that you didn't like how gory, not really gory, but more how detailed it was, how the X-ray is kind of like a Mortal Kombat X-ray kind of thing going on.
Yeah. Well, I play a lot of first-person shooter games and a lot of stuff like that. So I mean, blood and gore isn't something I object to. I mean, in fact, it's kind of fun to see, get a headshot or hit somebody, in the leg or whatever, and actually watch them stagger or limp. So I mean, I'm all for realism in games. I think that's awesome. And in the first Sniper Elite, you could hit people in the head, and you could actually see chunks of brain or bone, whatever the low res models they were using, come flying out. So it was that was kind of fun. And I see that they have a lot of that in V2 as well. The one thing that I question whether it's going to be a long-term excitement thing is this whole X-ray vision. Right as we've got here, this guy getting hit, and they're showing the skeletal system, they're showing all the organs and stuff like that. I mean, you first start playing it and you say, "Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I get to see all this internal damage you're doing." But my feeling is after maybe an hour of that, I think the cool factor wears off, and I would much rather go back to a view like they had in Sniper V1, where you just see maybe his head get blown off, or you see blood spewing out the back of him or something like that. I think that's probably, at least to me, that's a lot more realism in gaming, because I mean, let's face it, you don't get an X-ray vision to see where your bullet goes, or all the bones that are getting broken, or all the internal organs that are getting smushed or ventilated by every shot. So it's an interesting addition to the game, and unfortunately, one of the things I read on the Steam forums is with the devs were saying that they're not going to have a way to disable that. So I'm kind of interested to see how all that's going to work out. Whether the game is just going to get really boring and oh, another headshot. Oh, look, I knocked his teeth out, or
So when you first saw me get an X-ray kill, what was your first reaction about that, or just hearing about there was going to be an X-ray function?
Well, when I first saw it, I think my reaction was like a lot of people's reaction.
Cool.
It's going to be, oh, cool, yeah. You look at that, you say, oh, this is awesome. I'm getting some really cool damage. And for the first couple of shots, or for the first couple of kills, or maybe even for the first couple of missions, I think that's probably going to be the case. But I just think at some point, as you're playing it, you're going to say, I, I don't need to see that, and it kind of ruins my immersion in the game.
Like how you just see this guy's like gushing blood out like that.
Well, I don't mind gushing blood. Like I said in the first one, you want to see brains fly out and and blood gushing out from wounds and stuff.
But when they go into so much detail of where, like how it got penetrated and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean you're a sniper. You're not a medical, investigator. You're not going to go up and actually try to figure out all the trajectory of the bullet and how much damage it did. And you're not going to be a Dr. G and go through and try to reconstruct the damage. In fact, in a way, it almost kind of feels like that 1001 Ways to Die videos, where they show all the damage that happened and how he died and stuff. So no, it looks interesting. It might be fun. It is definitely cool. There is a coolness factor to it. I just hope that they, just like any seasoning in a game, I hope they use it sparingly so that when it does happen, it is cool and they don't just overload you with it.
And so when you saw me playing this, you saw me, I chose veteran, I chose limited and everything. How do you think that will be affected with like all the bullet drop and everything? Do you think it's pretty realistic for the bullet drop? I mean, the closest realism you can get in a game.
Well, I think the devs have done a good job on trying to make this as realistic as possible. They want this to be, pretty close to a realism as far as a sniper goes. At the same time, it's a game, and the goal of it is not to simulate reality, but it's kind of to make a parody of it. And so it'll have some realism. You'll think you're being a real sniper, but unless you go to the United States Army Sniper School, it's not going to be 100% realistic.
I see. I get your point there. Last quick thoughts. What's probably the best thing in the game? Just a quick thing.
Well, the graphics, looks like they've done an outstanding job. The missions have the similar flavor to what was going on in the first one. That's kind of fun. I'm hoping that they can capture the same atmosphere. I mean, it was really fun to go crawling through the streets of Berlin with the rain coming down and all that. I'm really hoping they can capture that. Moving from cover to cover, the kinds of things that Enemy at the Gates, type of sniper movies kind of brought to the fore. So I'm looking for that.
All right, so thanks, guys. This has been a Comic Gamer production. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a nice day.